Morning, guys. Thank you for coming here so early in the morning. I really appreciate it. Obviously, there's a lot going on.
In a leaked video, Brian Kelly, who just left Notre Dame for LSU, addressed his team.
As you know, I sent out a text last night trying to give you as much notice as possible, given the circumstances that we all know that happened relative to social media.
So Kelly goes on to deflect by blaming platforms while, as we know, simultaneously talking to other schools on the side.
I want to be able to tell you face to face, why we're where we're at, and that is very simply that the past 12 years have been the most incredible 12 years of my life for me and my family, being here at Notre Dame. Magical in what we've been able to build with the most incredible student athletes, the ones that I'm looking at right now. First class in everything that Notre Dame has done.
The players are respectful, but seem shocked, and who wouldn't be?
But there comes a time where you look in your life for another opportunity, and I felt like it was time in my life for another challenge. And I saw that opportunity in a very short window, and felt that it was best for me and my family to pursue a new challenge. And so there's no one to blame.
These are the moments that make you become more pro player in the business of sports.
You guys have been the backbone of this program and what you've accomplished, and will continue to do that. I think you're one of the 4 best teams in the country. I hope the heck it means that you're playing for the national championship, because you absolutely deserve it. Again, thank you. I love each and every one of you. And for me, more than anything else, it's a sad day, but one where I know that each one of you are going to do great things, and you've got more to accomplish. I wish everybody here the very best, and thank you for the opportunity that you've given me and my family. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
And just like that, Brian Kelly is gone, leaving Notre Dame for Louisiana State. Many view this move in bad taste. The Fighting Irish do indeed have a fighting chance to make it to the top 4 in the college football playoff. In short, they're having a really good season. Kelly can blame the media or social media platforms, but then again, he made it official on his Twitter before the school hiring him did. Nonetheless, to many, including myself, it was a total stunner, a shocker. This team is so fantastic. It was a shock to think their head man would skip the remainder of the season. He sent a text via Teamworks, which reads in part, "Men, let me first apologize for the late night text, and more importantly for not being able to share the news with you in person that I will be leaving Notre Dame." There's a few points to hit on here.
This was about money. This was about ego. And he might feel like he has a better chance there. But the irony of it is his team could literally be playing for one this year.
Former NFL quarterback and Notre Dame star Brady Quinn ripped Kelly on Fox Sports Radio. There is no doubt Brian Kelly is getting flat out paid. According to USA Today, he is getting $100 million over 10 years from LSU. However, it's what's transpired that's ticked off many. By leaving Notre Dame for LSU when the Fighting Irish still have a chance to win a national championship, Kelly not only disrespected and demoralized his players, but brought peril upon his sport, wrote Rob Aller.
I don't think it's good to be a distraction to your team. I don't think it's good to use the team as the platform.
It is sheer hypocrisy when we hear coaches like Dabo Swinney talk team distractions while simultaneously ripping players for choosing to sit out bowl games and preserving their status as a potential NFL draftee.
My opinion is I hate it. I don't like that, and it's easy to say, oh, well, you're the coach, makes all that money, and you're going to say that bull crap. I mean, listen, my thing is I don't choose to live my life that way. I I choose to play. I mean, otherwise, why even play your whole senior year? I mean, you can get hurt in anything. You can get hurt getting in the car. In fact, you got better odds getting in the car to get hurt than you do playing in a football game.
No shock that Dabo is the same dude who, like many in his field, shared the sentiment that paying college players is entitlement at its finest. He threatened to leave his career if it happened. Obviously, he's totally full of it. Players like CMC and Leonard Fournette skip their bowl games to preserve their health, yes, but also get to work in preparing for the draft. There are plenty of economic arguments for players who are already seen as high draft picks to take that route. For Kelly, he bolts his team, but the controversies remain. In October of 2010, Declan Sullivan, a 20-year-old Notre Dame student, was killed while filming the team's practice when the hydraulic scissor lift he was on crashed due to high wind gusts exceeding 50 miles per hour. Kelly said in the following days that it was his decision to hold practice outdoors despite the weather conditions. Then there's the Lizzie Seberg story published by National Catholic Reporter. According to the report, Seberg, a student at St. Mary's College, was allegedly sexually assaulted by Notre Dame football player Prince Shembo in 2010. She committed suicide 10 days later, and Notre Dame's initial MO was to stay silent on the matter. The Seberg case was, in the big picture, far more about Notre Dame's failures than Kelly individually. However, the coach caught heat, deservedly so, because Shembo reportedly stayed silent about the accusations under orders from Kelly. Shembo maintained his innocence in the lead up to the 2014 NFL Draft. Brian Kelly leaves behind a program with one of its best seasons ever with him as coach, but where he goes, the controversies remain, including, of course, academic dishonesty, which could potentially follow him to LSU.